Okay, so Psycho-Creative Community, this is our next lesson about intuition. And okay, Dana, got you. So before we go to chapter 3, I would like to open a general question. Why would it be important or interesting for people to learn about intuition? Okay, so I will open here something like a board, whiteboard, and we will write our ideas about why do you think may be important or worthwhile learning about intuition. And there is a big question, how far can we learn about this thing which doesn't follow the usual logical rules? And what does it say about us being interested in something inside us that doesn't follow the logical rules? So I can create many questions, but I'm now inviting you to give me your ideas, your thoughts about why should we learn about intuition. Here I write the word why.
Because it's useful?
Sometimes the why is the most important part. Mm-hmm. Okay, so who said Hadas? You just said it? So but now you need to give me answers, no questions. So is it
okay? So
it's
useful.
It is useful. Why is it useful?
All the things we talked about how it
what
it
would
gives
be
you
the
accurate
advantage
knowledge.
for you specifically? What would be your own personal advantage of knowing more about your intuition, Hadas?
Me specifically?
Yeah. If you don't have the answer, I can get back to you later.
No, to help me make decisions.
Okay. So, helping in decisions making. Huh? Right? Good. Give me more ideas, reasons. Why should you learn more about intuition?
It's our own truth.
Oh, it is our own truth, said Anat.
Yes, because, when we listen to ourselves, it's not like, our truth is not from outside sources. It's our own source.
I got influenced by outside sources, ideas, manipulations, propaganda, pressure, etc., etc. Okay, it is our own, or even I can do it like this, our only. Okay.
Can I go on?
Yeah, you have other ideas or not?
Sure.
Go.
Because it's fun and playful.
Because it is fun
and playful. Yes, it brings some, playfulness.
Playful. Good.
Mm-hmm.
It is fun and playful for Anat to learn about intuition. So it gives you some pleasure, right?
Yes.
Good.
Because it's connecting us with our feelings.
So, you say that learning about intuition helps you connect better with your feelings?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Which is eventually helping me to connect with myself. Oh, you speak Hebrew. You write Hebrew.
Yeah, sorry. Connecting with my feelings with me. Yeah,
It's add color to our life, and not just stole my thunder. It's add color to our life.
adding colors to life. Nice, nice. Yeah,
Connecting us to the flow of life.
connecting to the flow of life. So for those of you who just joined our meeting, hello and welcome. What we're doing here is just asking ourselves, why would it be good for us, or important, or beneficial for us to learn about intuition? So we have some ideas. It may be useful, it helps in decisions making, it is our own or only truth, fun and playful pleasure, connecting with my feelings or with me, adding colors to life, connecting to the flow of life. Yeah. So
Connecting to our, yes, connecting to our creativity, endless creativity.
Yeah. Okay.
To understand better ourselves.
Understand myself better. Okay. Oh, I think it's too big, but I want you to be able to see. But let's try to reduce the
Command
size.
A.
Uh-huh.
Command A, you choose everything.
No, I don't want to choose everything. There are other things here in this file. I'm making shortcuts. Okay. All right. So, okay.
Opening
Okay.
us for new adventures.
Oh, adventures. You know, adventures have to be new, otherwise there won't be adventures. Like saying a new beginning. Can a beginning not being a new? Just
It
words.
depends on your right brain, you know, or left brain.
Okay, so how did you say it, Viola? It is
Actually, I was thinking about open you for the new things, but after this comes adventures. So maybe you're right for the new things.
It's the same. I'm saying it's the same.
Okay.
Openness to new. He doesn't like the word the way. All right. Okay. Fix it. Okay. Don't get angry. Okay. All right. Give me more ideas for yourself. You are told you can learn about your intuition. What would be? Why should it be attractive for you? Let's say you go to university and you can choose courses: geography, math, intuition. Now, some of you will choose intuition. Why would you choose it over math and geography?
It's exciting.
Exciting. I don't want to offend geography. Some people are excited about geography.
All of us can learn intuition. I mean, all of us can learn anything, but this is something we all possess. It's a gift.
Okay, it is. Let's say it is universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it's like a different kind of intelligence. It's like another kind of intelligence that we have within us.
And why is it important for you to learn about another? Why would you be interested in some more intelligence in yourself?
Why would I be interested in more intelligence?
Yeah, in this kind
in
of...
In this specific kind of intelligence. Something that's intuitive.
Why is it interesting for you? Do you have an idea? Why is it
I have an idea. maybe something that I don't have to sit and learn in a conventional way, that I can learn it.
Another intelligence.
Or maybe it's not about learning, it's more about being aware.
Yeah. Okay. To awareness,
Right.
getting to know myself better, getting to know my wider abilities, wider existence, etc. And these are only part. This is only part. We barely touched spiritual reasons.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
What did you want to say?
No, I wanted to say that it's beyond the physical world, I think. That's why it's so, to me, that's why it's so attractive to me.
So this is why the university wasn't sure if they want to put this course in the curriculum. But because there was much demand, they said, okay, all right, people would like to pay for it, so we put it in the university. Okay. All right, nice.
Maybe one more, can I say?
Of course.
I'm thinking about this example you gave about the university because it's neglected. Intuition is neglected, and geography and this, you can learn, you can touch here or there, but intuition you cannot learn anywhere, and suddenly it's neglected. So it's a challenge to get to know yourself better.
It is barely offered by learning institutes. Huh? Now
Forgot the
imagine,
T.
Imagine that in future, it will be one of the courses. And imagine how the students react when they hear, oh my God, we have a course about intuition. I think they will have new problems when they put this in the university. Okay, so I believe this is my job to start the process that will lead eventually to a state in our civilization where things like intuition will be studied, we'll have group learnings, we'll have more awareness too, even though it is not tangible at all. This is why it is so fascinating and exciting for me. Okay? And for me, just imagining that there will be intuition teachers sounds very, very exciting. And this is the plan, eventually. So, okay, I have another question. A part of this learning, which is a group learning, is about sharing. So, does someone from you would like to share intuitive situation, a time, something that happened to you recently where you got help or good advice or good guidance from your intuition? You just felt it, you felt it in your body, and you went to it, you made a decision, and you saw how intuition helped you. So if anyone wants to share, or else from now on, I would like to encourage you, whenever something happens, write it down and bring it to the meeting so we can share these experiences, because sharing creates inspiration. Inspiration eventually may create new reality. Okay? So once you are telling us about a situation, it influences other people to awake to their own intuition. Say, oh, it also happened to me. Oh, yes. So it is interestingly, although intuition is very individual, it is also related to being social. So, yes, anyone wants to give us an example, personal example?
Yes, I would like to give an example. But this is Pinky, stop me if I'm right. This is very, very political. And I don't know if we should discuss this issue for the
Volatile.
peace of the group. No, I'm talking
You
about
say-
the pandemic time.
Oh, 5 years ago? Oh,
Yes.
people don't care anymore.
No. I'm just saying. I'm going to connect it to intuition because
Of
I think
course.
a lot of people use intuition at that time, or more people did not use intuition at that time. But I don't know if we should discuss this issue.
Well, all right, we don't discuss, you just said it. That in times where you are pressured with one agenda that says this is the truth for all of you, some people feel in their body, well, I'm not sure this is correct. Something in me says, well, I'm not sure. I don't feel totally okay with this. This is an example. I remember my intuition talking to me in the beginning of this era. I remember very well. But this is an example, yes.
And maybe the reason why I'm saying we should not discuss it because this time also made a lot of disconnect between people because people don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, back then it did divide between people. I know.
Up until today.
But I think that currently more people than before are open to look at these times with courage. Even if they made this decision or that decision, it is not as creating division as before, but nevertheless, we will be careful. But I'm saying this is a fine example. We have so many examples. So anyone else would like to offer an example? Personal, not just so. Yes, Viola.
But I have a little story. Can I say, the story?
Oh, the story is great.
Usually when I want to go to Israel, I am following my intuition. And I am very much afraid of the war and rockets and da-da-da. But suddenly, sometimes I wake up and I feel, and I think it's intuition, it's time to go. And I think it's the best time for me, even though the situation is not so clear. So you never know. So I think like 3 weeks ago, I just woke up and I was feeling this is the time to go. And I bought a ticket and I went. And it was a little bit struggling because suddenly in the house where I was supposed to stay in Jerusalem, there was a rat. And I had a phobia of rats and mouse. The rat, like an enemy, not it wasn't like a pet or something. So I was thinking, oh my goodness, this was supposed to be a good time. And suddenly I had this rat. But what was completely amazing for me, I had no phobia. And I think this phobia was gone because of 6 weeks of intense transformation. But I didn't realize during the transformation time, I didn't realize that some phobias, which are with me 58 years, I mean, maybe 55, okay? So first of all, I was questioning my intuition in the beginning, but then when I noticed I'm not getting crazy, I was thinking this was a good thing because I gained something in this. Even I realized, I gained the knowledge that the phobia is gone. And then, and also during these 2 days of preparation to go to Israel, I got so much help for IDF. We are helping IDF. I'm sorry to tell you, maybe somebody's against this. So my group collected so much money. I could come with this money, which I don't think I would ever collect without telling them I'm going. So I did another good thing. And I started from nothing, but it was something wonderful. So my biggest gain from this going to Israel at that time was really to realize how much I am free from different craziness I had, because I was feeling that the mouse is going to attack me, which was completely illogical.
What is more dangerous, rockets or a mouse?
Actually,
All right.
there were some rockets too, but I was super happy because it was right after I finished watching the movie in Jerusalem, on my way to the toilet, so I could wait 10 minutes and I could realize also no rockets, nothing is moving me. That the most important thing is to enjoy myself. And in spite of the rat, which was killed after 6 days, I spent 6 days with him in the house. So this is where intuition brought me to some knowledge, to some, I would feel like, I felt like I have a victory.
Yeah,
But I didn't have any idea about this victory when I was going to Israel. So
That's
my story.
This is the rule with intuition. It has some gifts for you that you will know nothing about before you follow intuition's advice.
So now in Polish, they're going to say holy mouse, not holy cow.
Okay, and we have so many, it's just a matter of, I would say, awareness together with some courage, because without the move, without the decision, without the action that follows intuition impulse, intuition doesn't worth anything. It's just an idea, that's it. And it's an offer, and it expires after a few days, because you can do it these days and later you won't be able. You will have new offers, but it is always a combination of the impulse and a decision, and making the decision, although it is foggy, ambiguous, and uncertain. Nice. All right. So now let's take a little look at chapter 3. Let's see where chapter 3 is. I can see it. Okay. So this is chapter 3, the place in which feelings become a reliable source of information. Let's jump to chapter 3. This is 2.
Yeah.
This is 3. Okay. Okay. There we are. I can make it a little larger. Yeah. Here.
Okay. זה שהחיוג לא... איפה הוא?
Okay. So, Anat, would you like to read the first paragraph for us?
Sure.
Yeah.
The place in which feelings become a reliable source of information. If we want to get as close as possible to intuition and cope with most of the doubts and resistance that come our way, we must face a vital question that is relevant to all sources of information. How credible is this information? This question is critical in the way that we connect to intuition, in the way we acknowledge it, and how we make the best use of it in everyday life.
So, this is a very, very basic issue with intuition, because as we're going to see many times, intuition is information that runs via channels of feelings. I feel that I know. I feel the knowing. And then how will I address it as credible? Can I rely on it? Is it correct? Is it trustworthy? Is it a good source for me? Now, this can be a struggle, because if you try to answer this question from your common logic, it will say, I don't know. It may even say, be careful. I don't know. I don't have any proof. I don't have any references. I don't have any backup to say that this is a good information. We won't be able to rely on our common logic. We may be able to rely a little on our experience. If we did make some intuitive choices in the past, we'll have some precedents to know our left brain also recorded the precedent to say, well, you know, I can assure you that there were times that your intuitive decisions went well. I did check. Left brain may say it, but still, at the moment when I have this feeling of knowing, I don't have any reassurance. Nothing. Fog. Only a feeling. Now, how far can I trust my feeling? Sometimes my feeling do confuse me. Sometimes they take me to wrong places. Can I trust my feelings? It is a grand question, because becoming intuitive means improving my ability to feel knowledge. That is, to trust the knowledge that I feel. Otherwise, you cannot be intuitive. And the word trust will reappear again also later. All right, so let's jump now to the last paragraph, Anat.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Oops. Okay. We have a long way to go before we can restore our innate free connection with intuition that we know, but we need to expand our mental skills so that a good partnership will be created between the new intuitive kind of knowledge that comes from our feelings and the already developing self-brain, logical knowledge that is in charge of research, studying, doubting, and debating. This marriage between these two mental superpowers in our mind is the miracle we're preparing here. This way, and only via this way, will intuition flourish and become a friendly and indispensable tool in our lives. Sorry.
Indispensable tool in our lives. Well, I had a good editor.
Yes.
Some of the words here are her words, not my words. Okay? Because my request for her was making it look like English.
She did a very good job, Pinky.
Real English, yes. Maybe we should thank her. So, we have a long way to go before we can restore our innate free connection with intuition, free connection that we know. But we need to expand our mental skills so that a good partnership will be created between the new intuitive kind of knowledge that comes from our feelings, okay? Because just think about it. Let's say you are having an examination in geography and you give answer, well, I feel that this mountain is 2,000 meter high. This is what I feel. And you have a big X, okay? A very low grade. So this because over there, you're supposed to be precise the way left brain studies expect you to be. But we're talking about partnership between these two, and it is doable, otherwise we wouldn't be here, that the one that always relies on things we can study, research, and prove will join forces with the one who comes from nowhere, but always bring new information and cannot explain how and why he got it. So we would like them to join forces. And this is what we do here. We do not try to make a competition between them. We would like to create a kind of, what I said, marriage. They can work as a team. So the right brain brings lots of information. Left brain learns how to be open to the new information and then goes to do some work with it. And then returns to intuition and says, hey, well, that's interesting. Give me more. Okay, I will give you more. And I will confuse you more and you will learn. This is what we want to happen here. Okay? So this is why we study it, because when we say the word study, we immediately think about learning. Learning is understanding. And at the same time, I'm saying it may be impossible to understand intuition. So it means that we join the two parts, the one who knows how to learn and the one who brings information before you learned it. Okay? So we talked here in this chapter, the beginning was in relying on the information coming from my intuition. And then we're saying that we would like to create this miracle of cooperation between the common logic and the illogical logic. I think this is the next generation human being. This is the evolution, this is the development of us, so we can take the developed left brain and adding to it the right brain who has always been there, but there was no much access to it. Okay, so let's get to our board. Let's get back there. And I would like you now to share thoughts or questions about the things we discussed here now. Oh, I have so many options here. Let's see who it is. I think this is one. Yeah. So, who would like to share thoughts, feelings, or questions about the challenge of this chapter, that is to improve my ability to trust, this is left brain, to trust the knowledge that is coming from my feelings. Okay? It is also about my relationship with my feelings. Like Viola said before, that you would like to learn about intuition because you want to connect to your feelings. So, who would like to share thoughts or questions about this?
Share.
Yes, Anat.
I have something before, because what it reminded me, you know, this marriage or partnership between the right brain and the left brain. And what we're saying here is that we're going to let the right brain lead, and then the left, I mean, I don't know if we said it, but that's what came up for me. And then we let the left brain, you know, bring it to life. So, you know, and we do it naturally, really. But it's, you know, because when you imagine something, let's say, you know, you imagine something, you see it in your right brain, right? You have this vision, right? And then you you're doing it, that's exactly what we're doing, right? We're letting the right brain lead, and then the left brain is taking all these pieces and make something physical out of it,
Mhm.
right? So why is it so difficult for us to live like that? And, you know, use this idea in everything that, you know, we do, our, you know, in everything. So
Why is it difficult? Difficult.
yes,
The cooperation between left, right brain. Okay. Why is it difficult? Why do we have barriers over there? Or what makes it difficult? So you are in a good position, Anat, because you already say, I want it. It's good. So other people may not even realize that they have this option, this possibility, this extra intelligence that Tal was talking about. Okay?
and in regards to feelings, you know, why is it difficult to trust it is because sometimes our feelings are, oh my gosh, so big and crazy. And how can it lead me to maybe to a positive place, a place that I can trust, something like that.
Again, so your question would be?
How can I trust my feelings in regards to intuition?
This is a question of this chapter. How can I trust my feelings in regard to intuition?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a very interesting answer for you, but I will not say it now.
Okay.
Isn't
All
it
right.
easier? Isn't it easier to trust our feelings when we're not afraid that we'll get hurt or that we're not in danger? Because if we think that there's maybe an option that we're in danger or we can get hurt, then
It's too long for a question. Is it easier for us?
I think yeah. Is it easier for us to go by intuition when we know that no harm can come to us? We cannot
When
be
we're
harmed.
safe.
Yeah,
When we know it is safe?
yeah.
We don't. Okay. Well, no, I say we don't and we do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the more we become confident and learn to trust intuition, then we are not afraid it may not be safe. Okay. More questions, please.
I have the answer. Can I?
Sorry.
Wait. We will get to the answers phase.
Okay.
You will be welcome to answer.
I can add to that I live in Haifa, and the people that were attacked by boars are the people who intuitively wanted to feed the nice animal or pet them or take a selfie with them.
Okay. No.
They had a loving feeling.
Well, I'm not sure it is intuition, but what is the question? Or you don't have a question? Well, the question, is it safe? It will always be there. It is always there. And is or does every attraction or every excitement means intuition? Okay.
I have a question, another one.
Yes.
Are there any rules in regards to intuition? because, you know, we talked about safety and maybe it's easier for us to follow intuition when it's safety. Are there any rules that it, you know, works better, or does it make sense?
Not yet. What rules would you like? What would you like the rules to help you with?
To bring intuition, you know, to have access to intuition.
Are the rules, okay, about the right way to access intuition or to differentiate it with other feelings?
You know, is there logic behind the illogical, you know, story?
Is there a logic or a structure?
Yes, yes. That's what I meant. Thank you.
Well, I wrote a whole book just for this.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So I change my answer into question.
Good.
Exercising intuition, does it help you to follow your intuition?
Okay. Does exercising intuition improve accessibility to it?
Accessibility.
Access. The mistake is so big that it doesn't give me options. All right. Other questions? Very important questions.
I have a question, or at least I'm inquiring about how much serves me the word feelings regarding intuition. I make a practical example. For example, my feeling that I'm experiencing, going through, mostly living here, are not so good. And yet, I do have the intuition that I haven't completed what I have to complete here. So I keep staying. So regarding intuition, the word knowing, to me, it's more kind of pure rather
But I
than
still don't
feeling.
understand your question.
Yeah, does the word feelings really help to perceive intuition?
All right,
to detect?
This is a clear question. Does the word feelings serve best to get in touch with intuition? Intuition. Yes. In a very nice way, the questions are related to each other, and one question's answer will also serve other questions' answers. They're all connected. So let's see who I can see now and who didn't talk. Wait, I will stop the sharing. And Irek, do you like to choose one of the questions for us? Let's say we have about, I think, 10 questions.
This is what is fascinating me, is this what Anat and Viola probably put. Could we have any rules for intuition? Because my life is like a big intuition. So I am very, very happy to hear this, because since I have 30 years, I have only the intuition act. So it will be, there's some points where we can point out, like Anat says and Viola, we have any regulations?
Regulations.
Yes, what keep regulation are illogical but logical intuition?
Or we can say, does it have a purpose? Does it have a serious goal where it directs us to? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is someone in charge here? Does someone manage this chaos? All right. All right.
Pinky,
Yes.
a question. If intuition work, will the logical brain will come to explain that before, now he knows, before he didn't know, so we went into intuition without knowing, and after the intuition work, then the logic brain come and explain that why it worked and why you choose that to go that way.
I think you asked and you answered at the same time. This is what I feel.
Yeah.
About this adventure that begins with not knowing and going to the adventure, learning during the process, and then you have left brain knowing. Now I can explain. Now I understand. But next time, same
Don't ask me.
process again. Same process again.
Yeah.
All right. So Irek's question was this one: is there logic or structure, or does it have a kind of general goal or purpose? Does it have rules?
Right.
Do you have a logic inside the illogical place? Nice. I think this is also a spiritual question. And this is the place where we meet between the earthy mind and the spiritual mind. Okay? So what we do now, in a few minutes, I'm inviting you to write your own answer about this question. Is there logic or structure or general purpose in intuition? I would like you to write for yourself your personal answer, guessing, evaluation, opinion, thought, doesn't matter. Just your point of view.
Pinky, you added a word that was important to me. You said logic, structure, or
Purpose.
purpose. Thank you.
So I would like to know how you feel, but Roberta may not like the word feel. So we say how you think, doesn't matter. Your thoughts, your assumption, your guessing, your hypothesis about this question. Does it have a structure, a logic, a purpose? A general outcome, etc. So some of you can write here in the chat. Some of you best if you can write it to yourself any way you want. It's okay. And we will listen to your points of view. Okay. And I hope they will not be the same for all of you. So, Viola, what would be your answer?
Rega, I just wrote in Polish, so I have to translate. There is logic, and the logic is not to listen to the logic at all. And just to follow, just to go into the freestyle. And the purpose is not to stay on the way, not to disturb. I would just push the logic on the side, not to have anything to do with it.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
I think it's a distraction of any intuition.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Anat, your answer?
Yeah, I think there is a structure because to me it comes via the same channels. You know, I can feel it in my body, kind of the same way. It like, you know. So I feel that there is something that I can recognize. Okay, it doesn't come in different, I don't know, ways every time. Okay, so there is something that I can learn, that I can see or feel, or expect. So to me, it is kind of a structure.
Okay, all right. Okay, Basha, do you want to share your thoughts about this?
I wrote to myself regarding structure. No, it doesn't have structure. Logic. No, it doesn't have logic. But yes, it has a purpose to help you to make a spontaneous decision.
Nice, thank you. All right, who else wants to share your opinion, your thoughts about this question?
I would like to say something.
Yes, Vodit.
Verdit. I wrote two
Yes.
words. Divine plane. Divine plane.
Divine plan or plane?
Divine plan.
Plan.
Okay. Yeah. Because I hear what the dialogue is about. It's very mechanistic, and I think the right side of the brain is connected to spirituality and to the divine and to the collective consciousness, to the collective consciousness. Okay, so the access is through listening from something that is really beyond, and I have to believe that it has some kind of purpose, that if I listen to it and I follow through, it is my intuition is working that way, that I have access to what God's will is for me. And there's a lot of wisdom there. It's something that I have to trust.
If you like, yes, if you like, you may trust it. Okay, thank you. Who wants also, I can read what you wrote, Roberta?
I can add. I'm willing to add that I think it's a connection to our core self, or someone would say higher self, but I think it's the same thing, the core self or higher
True
self.
self, higher self. Okay, it's a connection to
To something inside us, like something that's a core of ours.
Okay, so you say that intuition is actually a connection system.
Yeah.
Walkie-talkie.
Nice.
Nice.
Can I add something? I changed my answer about the logic of intuition to yes, because it comes from within of us, and it's a unique thing because we are unique.
Okay. All right. Roberto said, in my opinion, it's important to learn about intuition because no, I think this is not something what you wrote right for this question. I don't believe there is logic, there is intelligence. Looking for logic is still the effort of our rational mind to take over. Nice, thank you. Who else wants to share your opinion about this impossible question? All right, I think that beyond other of its purposes. Intuition is a kind of knowledge that gives us the opportunity to grow. It says, you go here, you can grow. You can go here, you can heal. You go here, you can accelerate. But you have to choose to say yes. Okay, and I think this may be one of its purposes. Besides being a connection to my higher self or to my spiritual self, or to my divinity or my spirituality, I'm saying it is practical. It is a platform for growth in ways where I will not go to without the addition, without the help, the extra knowledge that is coming from my intuition. It gives me the opportunities or the sign, the road marks, the signs where I can grow from. This is my opinion, but I think that what I just said is just a part of the story. Anyone else wants to offer your own point of view or to add something? I'm just saying, Star, that we are not searching now for the ultimate truth. We're searching for some kind of inner openness that will lead each one of us to our own available truth inside us. It's not something we have to agree about. Yes, Tab.
I wanted to suggest something that I feel that sometimes intuition can do our physical signs, can talk to me through physical signs, like some shivering, like some, like something is touching me. And I noticed it for a long time that if something is not right for me, I can feel something here on my neck.
Goosebumps.
And the message, it's like some message. Maybe some angel is trying to tell me that this is wrong for you. I know that sometimes people feel it in the stomach, but I feel like shivering here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole body may be involved. I think that there is no particular place. I mean, I think also for different people, different parts of the body, it also cooperates and gives you information. Yes.
So I do not ignore it anymore, and I respect it, the signs that comes to my body.
That's good. So you accept it and you let it be there, and then you learn how to use it more often. Viola.
I just wanted to say that I was studying, I was learning as a teenager in an artistic school, and all the time they pushed us to use our intuition. I have never thought about it. Only today I realized that maybe that's why it's so much easier in my life to follow intuition, because this left brain and any kind of high intellect was really pushed away, because all the time they were encouraging us to feel what you feel and to follow intuition. And they didn't use this word, but it was so much about the feelings and following yourself and discovering not a very high psychological level, but anyway, it was a music school, yeah. So only today I appreciate it so much that I grew up in such an environment, you know.
I was also blessed with a drawing teacher who actually helped me to draw without thinking. I remember the moment when I stopped caring about my results and became free, when I was drawing a model. And then my drawings became much better and easier when I was not thinking about it. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Very nice lesson. I will send you the recording a little later next week, chapter 4 of the illogical logic, and collect situations so you can share with us. And this way you encourage all of us to be a little more intuitive, to be more courageous with it. All right.